For decades, reports of unidentified flying objects have surfaced in different parts of the world. Lights that defy physics, impossible movements, and sudden disappearances challenge conventional explanations. These sightings do not occur only in isolated skies, but over cities, military bases, and rural areas. The UFO phenomenon has ceased to be fiction to become one of the greatest enigmas of modern humanity. In addition to the sightings, cases of alien abductions increased the mystery. Ordinary people report being taken against their will by non-human beings, subjected to strange tests, and returned hours later with no clear memory. Marks on the body, time lapses, and psychological traumas appear repeatedly, creating patterns that are difficult to ignore even for the most skeptical. One of the most famous cases occurred in 1961, involving Betty and Barney Hill. The couple claimed to have been abducted after seeing a light in the sky. Under hypnosis, described low beings, large eyes, and detailed medical procedures. The case gained worldwide attention for presenting consistency in reports and influencing numerous subsequent testimonies about extraterrestrial encounters. Many abductees report total paralysis during meetings. They describe the feeling of floating, crossing walls, and waking up in metallic and cold environments. Despite the terror, they claim that the beings demonstrated clinical behavior, not aggressive. Psychologists debate whether these experiences are mental phenomena or something beyond the current understanding of science. Governments around the world have been accused of hiding information about UFOs. Documents released decades later confirm secret investigations on unknown objects. Although they do not prove extraterrestrial origin, they reveal real concern of the authorities. This official silence feeds conspiracy theories and reinforces the belief that the full truth has not yet been revealed to the public. In several countries, military pilots reported encounters with objects that exceeded any known technology. These UFOs accelerated instantly, changed direction without loss of speed, and disappeared from radar. Official testimonies reinforce that they were not ordinary aircraft. When trained professionals report the inexplicable, the phenomenon ceases to be just popular belief. Many cases of abduction occur during the night when victims are at home. People wake up paralyzed, see figures around the bed, and feel that they are being taken away. Although some associate it with sleep paralysis, other elements escape this diagnosis. Physical marks and fragmented memories make the purely psychological explanation insufficient. Children also report encounters with strange beings, often describing details similar to adults. These reports draw attention because they do not present obvious cultural contamination. Psychologists differ on the origin of these memories. For some, they are fantasies. For others, real experiences misunderstood. The repetition of patterns keeps the debate alive. Some abductees claim to receive messages during the meetings. Warnings about the future of humanity, the environment, and wars are recurrent. These communications seem symbolic, difficult to interpret. Skeptics see in this projections of the human unconscious. Already advocates believe that aliens have been observing and studying the Earth civilization for a long time. Specific regions of the planet concentrate large numbers of sightings and abductions. Places like the Atacama Desert, Roswell, and the Amazon rainforest have become UFO points of interest. The repetition of occurrences in these places raises suspicions about hidden bases or unknown portals. The geographical pattern defies random explanations. Some researchers point out that many reports of UFOs involve electromagnetic interference. Cars turn off by themselves, radios fail, and clocks stop during encounters. These physical effects are difficult to explain, just as hallucinations. The presence of environmental changes suggests that something concrete occurs in these episodes, even if their origin remains unknown. Medical examinations of abductees revealed microscopic metal implants in some cases. These objects, when analyzed, did not have a clear function. Although controversial, the reports arouse scientific interest and mistrust. For many, these implants would be monitoring devices. For others, simple common fragments interpreted out of context. Regressive hypnosis is often used to retrieve memories of abductions. Under this state, people describe similar scenes, even without contact with each other. Critics claim that the technique can induce false memories. Still, the consistency of details intrigues researchers. The boundary between real memory and suggestion remains one of the most debated points. Some scientists propose that UFOs are not extraterrestrials, but travelers from other dimensions. This theory would explain sudden appearances and instant disappearances. Although speculative, it has gained space in the face of the limitations of the traditional model. If correct, humanity would not be visited by other planets, but by invisible parallel realities. Regardless of origin, reports of abduction leave deep marks on victims. Anxiety, fear, and social isolation are common. Many avoid telling their experiences so as not to be ridiculed. This silence hinders broader research. The phenomenon affects not only the body, but also the mind and everyday life of those who claim to have lived the inexplicable. Some cases of abduction report lifelong experiences. Victims claim to be carried from childhood to adulthood. This continuity suggests prolonged monitoring. Psychologists question the impact of these memories on emotional development. For the abductees, the feeling is of constant vigilance, as if they were never really alone. Witnesses describe the beings as short, gray-skinned and large black eyes. Despite variations, this pattern appears in different cultures. Skeptics attribute to popular images of fiction. However, many reports appeared before the popularization of these stereotypes. The physical similarity between descriptions remains one of the most disturbing points of the phenomenon. There are records of collective abductions involving several people at the same time. In some cases, residents of the same region reported intense lights and similar time lapses. These occurrences challenge individual explanations. When multiple witnesses share similar experiences, the isolated hallucination hypothesis becomes more difficult to sustain. Some researchers believe that UFOs perform genetic experiments. Reports include biological material collection and reproductive interest. This theory generates deep fear because it suggests direct interference in the human species. Although not proven, the recurrence of these elements in the reports reinforces the feeling that there is a hidden purpose behind the abductions. Cases of UFOs have also been associated with mental blackouts known as lost time. People leave for short distances and return hours later without explanation. Watches and cell phones do not record the period. This phenomenon appears in different countries and decades. The absence of complete memory reinforces the enigmatic nature of these encounters. Some cases link UFOs to military bases and nuclear facilities. Reports indicate objects hovering over missile silos and temporarily disabling systems. Authorities rarely comment on these events, but leaked documents suggest real concern. This link raises the hypothesis that the phenomena monitor human technologies considered dangerous. Religion and ufology often intersect in abduction reports. Some people interpret beings as angels, demons, or spiritual entities. This association varies according to individual culture and belief. The phenomenon takes different forms according to the observer, making objective definitions difficult. Experience seems to adapt to the human mind in a disturbing way. Independent researchers warn of the stigma faced by witnesses. Fear of ridicule silences important reports. This creates a significant underreporting. Many speak only years later, when the emotional impact is already deep. This delay compromises investigations, but also reveals the psychological burden of living with an inexplicable secret. Some theories suggest that abductions do not involve physical beings, but mental projections induced by advanced technology. This hypothesis would explain the absence of material evidence. Still, it does not clarify reported physical effects. The boundary between mind and reality becomes blurred, making the phenomenon even more difficult to classify scientifically. The debate between skeptics and defenders remains intense. While some require concrete evidence, others point to the number of consistent reports. The truth may not be in extremes. The UFO phenomenon challenges traditional models and demands new approaches. Denying or accepting without questioning can be equally limiting in the face of the unknown. With the advancement of technology, civilians began registering UFOs with cell phones and home cameras. Videos appear constantly, but many are questioned for low quality or possible fraud. Still, some records challenge simple explanations. The abundance of images did not end the debate, but only made it more complex and controversial. Experts warn that not all sightings are extraterrestrial. Military drones, secret tests, and atmospheric phenomena explain some of the cases. However, a portion remains unofficially identified. These events feed classified reports and covert investigations. The fact that there is no definitive answer keeps open the possibility of something beyond current human knowledge. Some abductees claim that experiences have changed their perception of reality. They question time, space, and consciousness. Many report spiritual awakening or constant fear. Regardless of the origin, the psychological impact is real. The phenomenon does not end in the encounter, but continues throughout the life of those who experience it. The idea that we are not alone in the universe fascinates and frightens. Abductions represent the most disturbing side of this possibility. They suggest loss of control and human vulnerability. Even without conclusive evidence, fear persists. The mere chance of external observation is enough to challenge certainties about our place in the cosmos. UFOs and abductions remain between the real and the unexplained. Documented cases, repeated reports, and official silence create a scenario of uncertainty. Perhaps the truth is still beyond our current understanding. As long as questions overcome answers, these phenomena will continue to haunt the skies, minds, and stories around the world.